What's up, everybody? Welcome to number 3 of this fall series. Let's get into this one. So today is Sunday, August 27th. This will be this will end up being the last photo shoot that I'm going to go on for August before we get into September. So that month went quick, but did get a good number of outings, I guess, this month. You know, I was out there quite a bit, actually, and obviously you guys got to start seeing that on video, which is cool. So get some water, but my cat is also roaming around here right underneath my feet, so if something happens, it's not me. It's probably her. God damn, it's tripping me out. She's literally messing around about 20 cords right now. 5 or 6 cords. Luna, get out of there. Oh, come on. There you go. What's up? It's my cat. So anyways, let's focus here. So today, Sunday, will be the last shoot of August. So this past week, there was a crazy-ass heat wave throughout much of Central America and the Midwest mostly. So it was upwards of 100 degrees for this entire past week. Pretty gnarly shit, to be honest. We broke a bunch of heat records and shit. But this weekend, fortunately, it cooled down a bit. So right now it's like the high for today, which is I think I don't even know, 78 or something, 70, 75, 78 probably, I think. But I mean, I was wearing a sweatshirt outside today, which is, I like that. I do not enjoy blazing heat and humidity and 100-degree weather like that. All right, sorry, you're going down. She can't be around the computer and shit. All right. So yeah, definitely thankful that it cooled down enough where I can get out there and not just be miserable. So today, got the plan for where we're gonna go. I've never been there before, so it should be interesting. One second. Okay, found my cat. She's fine. So I found this spot, I think a month ago, just looking around on maps and shit. But I didn't end up going when I initially found it because it's a pretty big area, it looks like. It looks like there's a lot of trails, a lot of unmarked trails. I believe it's private property from what I was reading online, but they let people kind of hike around in there because, it's essentially just a big bluff. But to get into the area, you literally you pull up at a cul-de-sac, a residential cul-de-sac, and then there's just pretty much what looks to be a patch of just a hill of just kind of prairie grass and then woods, and it's just between two houses, two property lines, which is really weird. But there's just a trail, from what it looks like, from what I can see on Street View and stuff. It looks like people just hike up there all the time. So gonna check it out. Definitely excited about it because never been there before. But like I said, from what other people are saying online, it's just some crazy, switchback trails, and most of them are unmarked, it sounds like. So and I have no problem. I really have no issue with that. It's I have no problem just walking around and, figuring it out. I've done that plenty of times. The majority of the time when I find trails and stuff, I don't know where it's going. And I'll just either pull up my phone, look on satellite images, and just figure it out. So it's not like I haven't done that before, but I guess it does get a little bit tricky though if you're in a forested area, which I will be, and the satellite imagery you're looking at it's just all trees. You can't see like any trails or anything, but you can still get an idea of where you are. So anyways, that should be interesting. It's about 4:18 right now, 4:18 p.m. So getting pretty close here. Getting pretty close. I'm probably the sun sets today. I looked yesterday and the sun is setting. I think yesterday it said 7:50, around 7:50 p.m. So I'd assume it's gonna be around that same time today. But that means it's gonna be sunlit. There'll still be sunlight out until past 8:00. But I'll probably start getting out there pretty quick here. I need to get rolling actually. I'm having a slow start here to this afternoon, but we'll get going here. I don't want to make this intro too long. So I guess real quick though, from what I said last time from episode 2 when I said I'm starting to notice like leaves changing and stuff pretty quickly. Definitely within this past week here, I have noticed trees are definitely starting to yellow up. I can see the tips looking out at my window right now, seeing like the tips of leaves are starting to get yellow. So this is definitely like the calm before the storm, I feel like, before everything just blows up, which will be, I think, sooner rather than later this year because it's been so hot. So like I was saying last time, it's we're definitely getting there. So yeah, let's just cut it here. We'll hit the location and jump into some field footage for you guys. So let's get it. We are out here. Just came up through there. Looks like a tunnel, kind of. But yeah, I wanted to wait a little bit before shooting some video, just because this is literally right in between like houses and stuff. Oop. So wanted to get up in the forest into some cover before taking some video, but it seems like, let's get this camera. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the gimbal. Seems like this is a pretty cool place. I'm already getting bit by mosquitoes though, so I definitely should have wore a long sleeve shirt or something, but whatever. I just God, my mouth is dry. Need to get some water after this, but I just took a photo of this, kind of see if I can get this turned around. Right through there you can kind of see the outline of the house, but I'll turn this camera around. But I'll try and snag some video as we go here, but looks like this is definitely going to be a maze of trails, so we'll see. I think that scene back there will look pretty cool in the twilight, kind of the evening. guys ever gone on a hike and it's just a little bit creepy? It's kind of what this is right now. It's just something about this place. I don't know. A little creepy. Still cool though. It is thick back here, like so overgrown. It's wild. Look at this oak right here. Getting eaten alive by mosquitoes right now. That's some cool lighting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop and take that. Looks a little bit darker in person than on the camera, but there's some cool light. Just coming up the trail here. Looks like we're gonna hit the top of the bluff pretty soon, around that corner. All right, look at that sun. Ooh. We made it out of the, it's kind of spooky back there. But we're at a crossroads, guys. I'll turn the camera on in a second, but you can kind of see. There's a trail going up that splits like that into two. So came up through there, through the darkness, into the light. So we're gonna go this way. And from what I looked at my map, I'm thinking I want to go this way. Looks like there's some sort of marker up here. Yeah, these trails are all unmarked. I literally pulled up in a cul-de-sac. There's nobody out here. Pretty cool. Honestly, this barbed wire fence is pretty cool. If you guys can see that. Like, that's a pretty cool shot. I might stop and take that. Giving me spooky fall vibes. And then back up the trail we go. All right. So I've been hiking hard for a good solid 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And the end of this trail is nowhere in sight. Now, I am getting to the top because there's not many trees above me. But goddamn, I did not realize how big this place is. And I'm thinking, I'm really gonna have to plan out here how much time I spend and how far I go before heading back, because I don't want to get caught out in the dark. Alright. It's quite a view, huh? Never been up here before, but god damn. I had to spend about 10 minutes just kind of taking some photos. Alright, yeah. So, there's like a cross up here. It's kind of, I don't know if you can, yeah, there you go. Kind of see it. I don't know. But I'm gonna go down to this little rocky spot, pop squat. I'll turn the camera around. Pretty nice. Very sunny. It's like almost 6 o'clock right now. I wish I'd gotten up here a little bit later, but honestly, it's so dark back in the woods, like, it wouldn't have mattered. Very cool view. But like I was saying, this point is kind of the outermost point, or on the outermost edge of this trail. So everything from here, I think, is relatively downhill-ish. But it's a long trail. I'm definitely going to come back because it would take all day probably to figure out where all these trails go. So yeah, I'm going to keep a quick pace. I'll see if I can find some other kind of spots to take, or other, just other, I guess, whatever I can find, or whatever pops up on the trail. So that spot, that here, we can walk back to it actually. So when I walked up here on this trail, there's this there's kind of this I kind of zoomed in on it in that other shot, but there's this little scene through the leaves that looks pretty cool. So we came
I don't know if you guys can see that. Came up came up there. So we'll probably head back down that way and keep checking it out. So again, I gotta kind of pick up the pace. This place is humongous. I've had to pull out the map so much just to look at where I'm going, guys. It's honestly kind of ridiculous. Just get lost in here. Alright guys, so I'm looking at 2 raccoons right now. Don't really want to walk towards them, so check it out, I guess. We're gonna be careful. I don't know if you guys can see him. There's 2 in there. There's one right there and one right there, so I don't want to disturb them, you know. Oh, there they go. I'm just gonna back off. Well guys, we got past the raccoons. Got a nice little photo of that. That's pretty cool. But I'll keep walking for a second here, but I think it's about time we start heading back. It's about 6:40 p.m. right now. It looks like there's still a lot of light up here, but I know that down below, oh wow, look at that. I know that down in the forest, it's dark as all hell behind this bluff. And I've spent about over an hour getting up here, obviously taking a lot of photos. It'll go quicker going down, but it's just such a maze of trails too. Here, let me turn the camera around. All right, yeah, so probably gonna start going back. This is kind of a nice little halfway point / going back point for the video too. But yeah, it's just such a maze of trails, and this place is so huge. Like, I've only covered probably 30% of it. Wow, this is really steep going down there. I don't know if you can see. No, it's not gonna go, but yeah, so I just don't want to get caught in the dark. Plus, you know, there's coons out here and stuff. Those things will attack you and give you like rabies and diseases and shit. So that's why, you know, I was not fucking with them when I saw them. I was probably 25 feet away. They just skimpered on, so it was fine. But I picked up a stick because I was like, I'm not just gonna have nothing to smack them with if they do go crazy on me. So keep that in mind. If you ever see just like wildlife or anything, obviously like squirrels and rabbits are fine, but anything even deer will get, you know, predatory if you fuck with them. So, but anyways, let's stop rambling and we'll get on with it. I'll get some more video going down, probably just a little bit here and there. But yeah, this is definitely a very, very sweet place. Let me get that. There we go. Very cool views. Let's see over here one last time. You can kind of get the side bluff, the mound. It's a very rounded or peaked bluff. It's very round. All right, let's hop to it. Alright guys, so I literally got lost there for a second. I mean, these trails are just wild, but I know where I'm at now. We are almost at that wild intersection with like the 4 trails. I can pretty much see it down there. But I mean, literally, so we came from up there. There's another trail going that way, and then there's literally another trail that I didn't even notice coming out from here, and we're going back that way. So it's just a maze. So I'm glad I was able to actually kind of find my way out, but we'll get moving here. It's 7 p.m. right now. So it's definitely getting, I mean, you can tell it's getting dark in here. Oh shit, there's a deer. Holy shit. I'm not gonna turn the camera, it's already gone. But I saw that deer on the trail earlier coming down here. It was just standing there, jumped off. Must have just been hanging out down here. So much wildlife up here. I mean, nobody comes up here. And I can see why. I mean, it's definitely not your, it's kind of a serious hike. You gotta fucking, this place is kind of gnarly. A little bit spooky too. And we're going back into the spooky part. So let me turn this camera around. So I guess for the next time, or next times, a few times I come, we're gonna be going down those trails because I have no idea where they go. Well, I have the map, but I'm sure I'll get lost. But came down there. And let's it is a ways to go. I mean, there's the deer. You see it? I literally, so he was like standing, or she, I don't know. I'm not a hunter, so I can't really tell. I mean, obviously when they have horns, you know, but it's kind of, I don't know, whatever. But I literally got within probably 15 feet of that deer. And it wasn't even moving. I mean, I had to walk past on the trail. Wasn't gonna stand there all night, so it's pretty cool. Getting dark back here. It's about 7:15 right now. Closing in on sunset, so I'm not gonna snag too many photos here. Probably maybe get just that one on the way out, kind of that I was showing you in the beginning, but I don't really have time to waste. And I've literally been out here since, man, we're coming in on 3 hours now. So yeah, we'll keep walking down the trail back to the truck. I'll probably get one last clip here, round it off, but yeah, we're gonna head back down that trail there. Truck's probably 100 yards away, so, but yeah, that pretty much wraps it out for the hike, guys. I'll show you what I'm looking at here, and then yeah, I need to get out of here and get some dinner, but yeah, this is a cool place. I'm gonna definitely come back and check out more of it. Definitely in the winter too. Just heard something over there. I don't know. So we'll get a few last shots here and wrap it up. So see you guys back for the editing stage. I think I got some good ones to show you guys. So looks a little bit different from before. All this was super sunny. So you guys will see in a sec here, but literally about to pop out like in somebody's backyard, basically. Now we'll cut it. That's a pretty cool shot.
Okay. Think everything is recording. Let's see. Yep. All right. What's up, guys? I'm gonna check the video real quick. Just to make sure. Alright. So, that was quite the hike. God damn, I have so much headphone cord. I don't even put that down there. Alright. Yeah, that was a tremendous hike, to say the least. But yeah, we're gonna get into some editing here. I'm gonna need a sip of water. It's late on a Friday night right now. we're gonna get into some editing. That was that was a pretty insane hike. I was not expecting it to be that long for sure. Just the trail, and I mean, I knew it was big to start out with. Like, obviously, I looked at that place on the map, but I just didn't realize. I guess I didn't realize how many times I would get lost, or at least have to not get lost, I guess, but just had to check my map and figure out where I was in the area. It was a bit difficult, but still, I think I got some decent photos overall. There were actually some leaves turning up there, as you guys probably saw in the field footage. And speaking of the footage, so if you made it this far, awesome. In the video, at least, because I think the field footage all put together was around 20 minutes, a little less than 20 minutes. Because, like I said, I was out there for a bit. And, got to see some cool stuff, some wildlife and stuff, some raccoons and a deer. I think I got something in my eye. Damn. Eyelash or something. But, yeah, it was fun. Trouble was, like I was saying, on the hike, it got a little spooky at times. I think just because that place is obviously not a common place. People hike there a lot, but I would say not the average person goes to hike there because it's really off the beaten track, and it's just, back, like, trails and shit. But super cool overall. So I think in this editing, I'm going to try and keep this relatively quick. So I think I'm only going to do one photo. I already got it cropped out and stuff. And so, yeah, let's hop onto the screen here. You guys should be able to see this now. But I'll just go through some of the other photos that I took up there. I would say the majority, I had dinner. I had chicken and rice and some veggies earlier, so dinner is in my stomach. But so I would say the majority of those photos I actually took kind of on top of the bluffs. At least I think some of the cool ones I got. So this is one that I actually cropped this one. I was debating if I'm gonna turn my monitor a little bit. I was debating if I wanted to edit that one for you guys, but I think I'm gonna do a different one. I want to do a vertical photo. But I cropped that one out. I think this is a really cool one. You got just kind of some nice lighting in here. The yellow leaves, or the tips of those leaves kind of starting to turn yellow up here on the top of the bluff, and it makes sense because on top here, there's no shade, so those leaves are going to be the first to start turning. And now, even, in the past few days here, and I've already seen a bunch of trees just start to, start turning colors. But, I think this is super cool. Got a nice just river shot. You can see some sandbars and, like, little islands out in the river. Really nice kind of evening light. So, gonna get a sip of water. Before I get to the one we edit, let's just roll through some of these maybe. I like this one. Some of these, like, walking up on the trail, like I was saying in the video, were just like, it was pretty dark. So some of these were just kind of, I had to kind of pick and choose in terms of like which areas were kind of getting good light on the trail, which areas, because a lot of spots were just too dark to shoot in. I like that one actually. I like this one a lot. Kind of the lighting in that is just a nice trailway shot. All the greenery around. I like the grading of kind of the hill too. That barbed wire fence shot didn't turn out. It was too dark. Like I was saying. There's that shot on top of the bluff, looking out on the river. I was there for a while, just trying to get a good one. But this is another cool one. I'll probably edit this up. I feel like this shot is kind of reminds you of kind of like the Pacific Northwest, because there was a lot of like pine trees up in this area. It's pretty rocky and stuff. I know types of pine trees like to live in like the just on like, alpine-y areas, I guess. Up on high bluffs and stuff. But I think I got some cool vantage point shots. I was actually kind of surprised, because usually I don't, like I was saying, I don't really go for those types of shots usually. I was hoping to see stuff up on the trail, but I think those shots on top really turned out, on top of the bluff, kind of the nice vantage point. Yeah, that's a cool. When I first came up the trail, as you guys saw in the footage, there was the kind of this little suburb area here, and it was really, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was, it was cool looking. Just all these little homes nestled in the trees, in the bluff. So this is the other photo that, let's get into it, that we're going to edit here. So I really like this one. Just a vertical photo here, 5x7. I cropped it. I want to move this. Whatever. There we go. Anyways, but it's just kind of a nice. I like these kind of shots where it's framed, where you're kind of looking through the leaves. I was on just kind of. This was literally the last photo that I took before hopping in the truck and going home. So this was dusk, and the sun, you can see, it's just kind of fading over the hill, over the bluff line there. So I would assume probably 15-20 minutes after this would have been too dark to take a photo. So I was pleasantly surprised that I could snap this. But so I think what I'm going to do here is brighten this up. I think this is more of a foreground and obviously like kind of mid-ground editing shot, where I'm going to kind of try and lighten up this foreground here and bring some detail into the mid-ground. Just because, this photo does have good focus on the like the flowers here and stuff. But I think it just needs a little bit more contrast, bring out the detail. So let's sharpen it first. I hope you guys are doing well, obviously. Hope you guys are enjoying, or at least here it's starting to get cooler. So that's always nice. I like when there's a chill, kind of a nice chill in the air. And I'm definitely really excited for fall. I hope you guys are too. So I'm just going to sharpen up this what the fuck? What am I saying? I'm tired. Sorry. So I'm gonna try and sharpen up this kind of flower line here, this shrub line. I've got it on 10%, so pretty light. Just kind of gonna paint with the brush here. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going, Photoshop? Sometimes this program definitely, yeah, it's lagging out. This program definitely lags out occasionally. I can hear my laptop, my laptop humming too. Zoom out a little, maybe that'll help. I'm gonna undo that last little bit here. It goes over here. And let's sharpen up the just the house a little, maybe. You know, kind of the edges of the house, just kind of make them pop a little bit more. And I kind of like sharpening. I don't know if this is per se the best or most ideal thing to do, but I just always sharpen right away in the beginning. At least with the kind of the brush, like the brush sharpening tool in Photoshop. I don't know. I just think I like to get it out of the way, I guess. And then I don't have to think about, having, I guess in my thought, when I'm doing lighting, when I'm messing with the exposure of the photo, and then if I were to go back on top of that, in terms of the editing process, like if I were to sharpen after doing exposure editing, in terms of like curves and stuff, I feel like it'd be easier when I'm sharpening to cause more grain in the photo. I've always thought that. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but like grain in terms of like fuzziness, and you don't really want that. When it's kind of easy to, it's at least I know it's easy to over sharpen photos, generally, at least in my experience. So there's a little rant. All right, so sharpening is done. Maybe. No, let's do this kind of leaf framing here. When I walked up on this, I kind of instantly knew. I was like, "Ooh, this is my type of shot for sure." I really like, or I enjoy, when kind of at least human like infrastructure, buildings and stuff, homes, houses, buildings, mix with nature in that type of way. Like that's usually what I enjoy the most in terms of a subject matter to take photos of. I just think it's cool. So I want to edit the curves here. As always, my trusty curves. Just another way of editing the exposure lines, basically. I think. At least that's kind of how I put it. So I can see here the sky is already pretty bright. I know if I bring up the, and what? I want to make sure the brightness on the brightness of my monitor is turned down. That's good. It's at 15, so that's always kind of a good tip. You don't want your monitor brightness too bright
when you're editing. Otherwise, stuff can get overblown. So, let's see. I don't want to bring up the whites too much. That's kind of what I'm doing here, sliding the upper edge of the curves here. I don't want to bring it up too much because it'll just cause too much graininess. I mean, maybe just a little bit like there. I don't know. But I do want to bring up this foreground more, like that. That looks cool. See how much like that really brightens up the leaves and the little yellow flowers here. You know, gives it a lot more depth to the photo too. I like that. And again, guys, if you like taking photos or just enjoy editing video or really editing kind of anything digitally, or like visually, whatever it may be, graphic art stuff, I don't know. I think it's always just good to find a style that you enjoy making or creating and just running with it, whatever. Just have fun, have fun making it, and enjoy the process. I don't want to. Yeah, see, I'm not going to bring up those whites at all on the top end. It'll just be too much. I can bring down the sky later, maybe in Lightroom. I need to stop blabbering though and get on with this. So, in terms of the foreground, I like to keep like on this bottom portion here, I think that the shadowing on the really bottom portion of the photo is nice. And obviously around the top frame here. So I'm going to keep that darker. Again, just gives it depth. And when the corners of the photo are, more darkened out, I think it's more dramatic. Gives it a more dramatic feel. I think that looks pretty damn good though right there. What do you guys think? I know you can't control what I'm doing right now, but I think it looks good. Hopefully you guys are thinking it looks good too. Again, shameless little plug. All these photos just go up on my jpeg.store profile as NFTs on Cardano, or on jpeg.store, which is on Cardano, which is a blockchain. So you guys can check them out there if you would like. If you would so enjoy, or if you would enjoy doing that. Alright, I think curves are looking good. Honestly, I would call that pretty good right there. Dude, that honestly looks pretty nuts. Just in terms of the focus and how much just doing that little change really brought up the just kind of the let me just mess with this one more time. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. See, I usually don't do more than 2 little dots on the curve line. Because the more you add to it, the more you add to your curves when you're editing them, it can just get out of whack pretty quick, you know, in terms of it not looking natural. The lighting can just get pretty wonky pretty fast. So you want to be delicate. Delicate. It's a good word for it. All right, saturation next. Next and lastly. Saturation is always pretty easy. At least I think. I don't fuck around with it too much. I don't like nitpick and choose which areas of the photo I want to saturate more than other areas. Like, oh man, that leaf right there, that needs to be 12 saturation, not 10. No, fuck that, dude. I'm not that crazy. Like, that's what sometimes I don't understand in terms of, like, I mean, I get it if it's just like, you know, you're having fun with it and whatnot. But some people, I mean, obviously do whatever you want. Who am I to say? But I just don't understand when some people go crazy with the nitpickiness and just the overdramatic effects in photos. I don't know. I just like, again, I've said it before. My preference is always kind of more natural looking, slightly enhanced, but still natural, you know. If that makes any sense. If that makes any fucking sense. All right, saturation. Excuse me. Jesus. Saturation at a 7. I think that looks pretty decent. All right. Before we merge these layers, let's just check it out a little bit. Honestly, I think this is looking pretty good. It's a little grainy down here. It's a little grainy down there. It's honestly more grainy than I'd like it to be. So I can soften that out in Lightroom, no problem. But let's merge this down. Oop. Whoopsies. What is it? Command E. Yep. All right, and we're gonna save. Yeah, so we are into September now. We're into September now, September 2023. So, new month. August is complete. This will be, like I said, kind of in the footage there. This was the last shoot of August. So, yeah, actually got in a really good amount of photos for August. So, and yeah, fall is always a crazy time for me because, you know, obviously as a photographer, fall is great. Everything looks fucking crazy outside because, especially in Wisconsin, you know, everything is just crazy yellows, reds, and oranges. So I was pretty much thinking in the truck driving around the other day. I was like, damn, pretty much every weekend here for the next 2 months, I'm going to be taking photos, which will be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So let's finish this one up, though. Let's finish up what we're working on. How about that? So right away, I'm going to add this radial gradient and bring down and just soften it. Because there's a lot of noise going on down here. I think that's softening it. Maybe if I just took the sharpness down. Let's see. No. Oh, dehaze. No. Oh, that is it. There we go. Yep, give it a little more. So texture and dehaze. Took me a little bit to figure that out. Sorry, guys. The texture and dehaze effects in Lightroom can be used to soften the noise from like saturation and curves and stuff. So, little tip there. I think that looks fine. I mean, it's not that noticeable. Okay, that looks fine. My cat is on my porch, so I'm gonna check on her real quick. 1 second. Be back in like 15 seconds. All right. I brought her in here. So let's finish up this photo. So I'm just gonna add some basic kind of filters and stuff. I'm gonna try and select the sky. See if I can at least. Okay. See if I can bring down the exposure a little bit just because it's so bright. The trouble is I don't want to bring down the exposure of the leaves because there's so many, in front of the sky. I'll just do a little bit, maybe like -18. Something like that. I think that'll work. Just enough. So it's not so crazy. Turn up the gain here a little bit. Alright. And maybe another radial gradient for the midground here. Kind of the flower line or the hedge line and the homes. Just turning up the exposure a little bit to draw the attention, Whoop. Let's zoom in a little. Yeah, so one thing I love about fall and kind of this season and kind of a good reason to start this whole series during fall is because it's a very motivational season, I feel like, in terms of doing photography and doing anything outside, really, to be honest. I feel like getting outside in the Midwest when it's fall is like so easy to do because it's just perfect out. Like it's just the perfect season, and oh my god, makes me so happy when it's fall. I love Halloween too. Favorite holiday by far. Favorite fucking holiday by far. Used to have Halloween parties. Did little like haunted houses. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I miss those days, the good old days. But anyways, yeah, so fall's just kind of like a good motivational season to go outside and kind of take in the what did I just do there? Excuse me. Just a blue label. Okay, whatever. It's just a good season to go outside and take pictures and just go outside and do whatever you want, really. Just go take a walk. You know. Look at the trees. Turn colors and stuff. Enjoy it before winter. You know. That's a big thing too. Just to get out there before winter comes. And one last little gradient here for the trail. Just to brighten that up a little bit. Never hurts. You gotta see where you're going, right? It helps in a photo too, because it gives the viewer a direction where to look, and the trail is kind of pointing in the general direction of, you know, the vantage point of this photo, I suppose. And it's just something to fill the corner of this photo. So I think this is framed nicely, though. I really like this photo. It's nice. Obviously, I'm gonna bring the temperature up in the yellows. Give this more of a yellow tint. Always very, very helpful in terms of giving it the kind of that fall, August feel. Clarity, I'm gonna bring that up to like a 2. And honestly, I think that might do it, guys. That might do it. Let's export. Thought my cat was around. All right, let's export this bad boy. All right. I'm glad I'm only doing one because that did take a while, and I did want to take my time with that one because, you know, that one had a lot of depth to it. There was a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully those... Hang on. What are you doing? Jesus. I tell you, the joys of owning a cat. They're always just getting into shit. I think she just like fell off the chair or something, but so yeah. So there it is, guys. There it is. Honestly, that's a pretty awesome photo. That is a pretty awesome photo. Now just imagine, like, on the bluff line there, all those trees, and they're all just red and yellow. You know, that's when it looks freaking nuts. So, but again, guys, gonna be editing this one and some of those others that from also the last episode as well. I haven't gotten around to those, but so we'll hop off the screen there. So yeah, like I was saying, get some other ones up on the jpeg.store profile. It's just Peachwoody, like the channel name. So check it out. That's where I'm posting all these. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are just enjoying following along and stuff. Damn, it's late now. I'm on like 40 minutes on this recording. I'm gonna wrap this up. Fuck. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys are enjoying this format. I'm having fun with it. It's just I think this is a cool style of just sharing photography and also just kind of documenting the process. And I think the field footage is kind of a standout kind of section of these videos. So, you can jump around in these videos too, I think, and still get a good kind of grasp of what's going on. So, yeah. Again, guys, JPEG store profile, links and all that stuff will just be in the description. So, check it out down below. September and October are going to be full months. I'm most likely going to be going out almost every weekend, if possible, to get an episode, to obviously get photos and do video for these episodes. Excuse me. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, stay tuned for episode number 4. So, catch you guys next time. Peace out.